I want to spend a little bit more time on it now and kind of try to explain why I think that it's right to not have the rape exceptions. I think mainly there are 2 points to be made here, okay? One, as Michael Knowles alluded to, abortion due to rape is very, very rare. The vast majority of abortions have nothing to do with rape. The Guttmacher Institute surveyed pro-abortion women, and they found that the top 6 reasons for getting an abortion, accounting for 85% of all cases, were, and I'll read them to you: not ready for a child, can't afford a baby, have completed my childbearing, don't want to be a single mother, don't feel mature enough, and would interfere with education or career plans. Okay, those are the top 6 reasons for getting an abortion, 85% of all cases. And those are abortions for lifestyle reasons. They are getting rid of the baby because the baby would interfere with the kind of life they want to live. Less than 1% of all respondents said that they were rape victims. Considering how often rape comes up in the abortion discussion, you would think that something like half of all women who walk into a Planned Parenthood on a given day are rape victims, but that is clearly not the case. Instead of half, it's more like half of 1%. So why do we focus disproportionately on these rare and difficult cases? Because pro-abortion people would much rather talk about a 15-year-old girl who gets an abortion because she was raped by her father than a grown woman who gets an abortion because she doesn't want the baby to interfere with her career. They would much rather talk about the former than the latter, because the latter makes abortion seem cruel and self-centered and just totally destructive and murderous. And that's what abortion is. And abortion for that reason is many times more common than an abortion for rape. So in other words, they don't want to talk about the vast majority, the 85 to 90%, where it's just pretty much clear-cut, self-centered, I'm killing the baby because I don't feel like having a baby. They don't want to talk about that big chunk of cases because it's just really difficult to try to defend that and yet still, appear to be taking a morally acceptable position. Because if you're going to defend that, a woman that's killing a baby just because, I just don't feel like having a baby. If you're going to defend that, you have to basically abandon morality completely and say, I don't care about it. Fine, it's immoral, I don't care. There's really just no way to try to dress that up in moral language. It's just not possible to do. So that's why they want to focus on the rare and difficult cases. So that's the first thing. Second thing, now that we've established that pro-abortion people focus on hard cases in order to distract from their real position, and that abortion restrictions will actually protect rape victims and help assist in bringing rapists to justice, once we've qualified the discussion with those 2 crucial points, I think that we can then move on to addressing the question at hand, which is, should there be exceptions to allow raped women to get abortions? The answer is no. The pro-life case is simple, okay? We believe that abortion should be outlawed because unborn humans are people, and all people are endowed with inherent rights and dignities. There is no other reason to be pro-life. And if we're wrong on either point, if we're wrong about, unborn humans, if we're wrong that unborn humans are people, or if we're wrong that all people are endowed with human rights, if we're wrong about either of those points, then there's no reason to be pro-life at all. There's just no reason. But if that's the case, then we don't need to get into rape and incest exceptions, right? Abortion should simply be legal across the board. If personhood lies on a spectrum, contingent on a human being's ability to care for himself, then forget about limiting abortion just to rape cases, actually. We shouldn't even limit it to the womb. So if we pro-lifers are wrong about our fundamental point, then of course, raped women should be able to get abortions, but also any woman should be able to get an abortion for any reason, and probably even after birth, she should be allowed to get abortions. Now, on the other hand, if we're right, if it's true that unborn humans are people and thus intrinsically deserving of the same legal protections that you and I enjoy, then again, there is no reason to discuss exceptions.